I should say good morning to everybody, if it's true we are afternoon here in Mauritius. Thanks to the organizers, especially George, for inviting me to share my views in this discussion. Now, coming to your question, Sanjay, Mauritius has been manufacturing textile apparel since the last 50 years. So we are past the test of time. It's a major industry in Mauritius, and we manufacture a wide range of products from the yarn, from the fabric, from the what we call knitwear, from the denim, the ladies' wear, the t-shirts, okay, the swimwear. So a wide range of products that we are doing, including the shoes, okay, that we are exporting to the world. It's a small population in Mauritius, 1.2, 1.3 million people. So most of our productions are meant for exports. So what's interesting in that story of Mauritius, what's amazing, a small country that we don't have any natural resources, but we have been laying emphasis on the transformation and working for the big brands like Rose was telling. He has been doing Mauritius since quite a long time. He's still young since he was younger. He has been doing Mauritius. So Mauritius has been working for big clients throughout the world. And today, I must say we are proud that we will be able to sell to big clients, be it ASOS, be it Woolmark, be it Orchestra, be it Hilfiger. So we have been exporting to US, England, France, South Africa. They are the major countries of exports for textile apparel. And we have made it clear because we are not in the mass production. What we have been engaging ourselves in the production of added value medium to high-end garments, where we have been, investing in the design, the embellishments, and of course, what's more important, showing that we listen and care to our clients. So we have been satisfying their exigencies. So over the decades, we have had a good name, and Mauritius is in that region a reference when it comes to the sourcing of apparel products.
Okay. Now, as we see, Mauritius has been working to establish itself as an apparel sourcing leader. What do you feel Mauritius has to offer, and why should companies look to source in Mauritius?
Well, we can't say we are a leader of export of apparel in the world, but in the region, we position ourselves to be someone incontournable, like we said in French. So what we have been doing throughout is the type of products that we have been targeting specifically niche clients throughout the world. Since we lay a lot of emphasis on fashion, which has been the base of the production of Mauritius. So we have not been only in the basic products, we have been more in the fashion products. So we have integrated our supply chain, having contribution in the design, contributions in terms of satisfying the norms, whatever norms would be there, WRAP certification, GOTS, etc. So getting all the necessary certifications. And then what's important more is we put the client as central in whatever we are doing. The client is key. So delivering on time, coming out with orders, smaller orders, not mass orders, smaller orders, delivering on time, and in view to delight the clients. So that's what clients is looking after all about. So getting the quality products, the product like they are looking for in the shortest time possible with a reliable supplier. So Mauritius has put a lot of emphasis on that. And obviously, we have been improving over the decades. And if a small, little country like Mauritius have been able to continuously, consistently, incredibly serving big banners in Europe, in USA, implies that we have passed the test when it comes to the norms that we need to satisfy. Today, the 5 major exporting countries, be it England, France, US, South Africa, and even Italy coming up now. So we have been able to satisfy to particular standards, and that's why we can position ourselves as a leader in that regions, because we are positioning ourselves as a reliable supplier of medium to high-end apparel products.
Yeah, as a director in EDB, I would like to ask you, what is the role of EDB, and how does EDB help Mauritius companies to increase their or to grow their exports to the various countries? Second part of the question is, how do EDB helps in international companies looking to source from Mauritius?
Well, first, you have to understand Economic Development Board is probably the most important agency in Mauritius. It's an important national agency of the government, which has a clear mandate to promote the country as an attractive investment and business center, promote the country as a competitive export platform, and in fact, we have a number of directorates as well as, of course, even for as an international finance center. So we have a number of division directorates in Economic Development Board. So what we have been doing, since we sell the merits of Mauritius Limited, if I can put it like that, so we play a number of roles to connect buyers with suppliers. So we do organize a number of promotions, be it in terms of participation in fair, be it our own design promotions, be it going to the clients, which enable us to get to understand what the market is looking for, capture that necessary market intelligence, pass it to our operators, to our stakeholders, so that we manufacture products to what the clients is looking for. So this is an important part in order to connect Mauritius with stakeholders throughout the world. Jaws is an example of how Mauritius have been connecting with even clients with Paris. And what's great about Mauritius, we have been able to develop more of a partnership, a relationship, like we have been working with all these clients for I don't know how long. So we have been consistently serving these clients over the decades. Then there's also, of course, we do have the promotion of Mauritius, as a sourcing destination, true, but also as a destination for investment. Being a small country, okay, there's a number of incentives that we do give that enable, people from Europe, principally people from other countries, to come and invest in Mauritius. How many countries is there where you have a tax of only 15%? The export tax is only 3%, no tax on dividends. So there are a number of incentives and advantages that attract investors to come and put their industry in Mauritius. But the whole in it is more in a particular environment. Mauritius is first of all a country of law, a democratic country always since independence. So people are safe there. So we are selling Mauritius as a place for you to come, to live, to play, to invest, to do trade, to do business. So this is the sort of destination that we are selling to different stakeholders throughout the world. So coming to a country where that operate under such an ecosystem is quite attractive in this, not only in this period of time, but throughout for everybody who is looking to do business in a place that enable you to connect with the different continents. The time difference between Mauritius and Europe is only 3 hours. Today we have a number of preferential entry with Africa. We have heard about the ACFTA. We have a preferential entry with USA, with the AGOA. And now we have just signed agreement of free trade agreement with China. We have an agreement that has been signed that will soon come into operation with India. So we are connected to the various continents throughout the world. So that's the reasons that we can attract particular investors or stakeholders to come and do business in Mauritius.
Any other fresh initiatives which you are planning for growth of exports?
No, the question of initiatives is being announced by the government, okay, during budget period. So coming to initiatives, there are a number of initiatives that have been given by the governments that we are implementing at the level of EDB in view to enable our product to reach faster to countries in order to help to get the connectivity by air or by sea to different ports of the world. So there are a number of incentives being announced, okay? And all this now in that period that the world is going through difficult time. So a number of support that we give. But what is important to know about Mauritius is the spirit under which we do business. It's not only about coming and doing business or doing manufacture and doing the selling. We believe in certain values, and which is very important. This is a country where we are doing manufacturing and all, a place where the minimum wage salary. Even people working in this country have to satisfy certain conditions. This is a place where companies who does profit has to mandatorily contribute 2% of their profit to corporate social responsibility. This is a place where we are telling that we are governed by rules and regulation, because in Mauritius, you should know, in terms of our legal system, the ultimate appeal go to the Private Council of the Queen. So we try to satisfy all the international norms with regards to all that's associated with production. So we are engaged in all that, and that enables us to not only the question of manufacturing, but the question of manufacturing in the new context of the world. We cherish the sustainable development goals. We are already a small island development state. We cherish these sort of goals, and that's why we are, at the moment, since you are talking about new latest initiative that we are taking, we're encouraging our organization to adopt sustainable practices. Already, even in the manufacturing of textile, we have come with a number of innovations with the type of fabrics that we are manufacturing, all in aims to, at the end of the day, the clients that we are serving, here are the clients that we value. We value their exigencies, but we value also, at the end of the day, planet Earth. We care for planet Earth, so our production goes in that line.
Very good. I will also like to know that is Mauritius concentrating on the new or the emerging markets away from South Africa, US and Europe to reduce its dependency on these core markets?
Well, at the outset, I must say that Mauritius' strategy has always been to identify niche market that we dominate, that we serve. We have a consolidation strategy with countries that we have been working since long, England, France, the USA, South Africa, our major clients, but we have a diversification strategy. Our aim is to develop niche market to a maximum number of markets, be it other countries of Europe other than England and France. Now we have seen Italy coming up, be it even next to USA, Canada, be it even with Japan. At the moment, we are putting a lot of efforts with the advent of ACTFTA to go beyond South Africa, to go to a number of countries of Africa that we can export. And very soon we are going to have, despite they call it Dubai 2020, that will be held in 21, where 3-4 million people will be visiting the show. Mauritius is much present. So Middle East also is of certain relevancy for us, and we give all sorts of encouragement and also support in order to go and target such clients in these countries. So obviously this requires effort. This needs to be built, and we are doing it slowly but surely.
Thank you. Now, at this point, I would like to bring in Laura. She would represent a biased perspective from European and Italian markets. Laura, can you take it forward under the theme Europe and Italy, a special focus for Mauritius Exports? Over to you.
I'm really honored to participate to this conference. So thank you, George, and good to be here. So Geerish, I just wanted to know how important are exports in Europe and precisely in Italy. Can you share some statistics?
Yeah, in fact, I must say that if you are talking about export of textile apparel, that we are exporting to the tune of 25 billion Mauritian rupees annually. And I must say that nearly 60% goes to Europe. The main market, the main export market of Mauritius is Europe, in particular, when it comes to England and France. And when it comes to Italy, I must say this quite surprised me. In Italy, we have been putting a lot of efforts lastly. And as far as Italy is concerned, this is probably, despite that we're having this COVID period, where exports have been increasing, contrary to other countries where there have been a decline. And all this because it falls in a strategy that we are putting, like George knows very well, connecting with a number of denim buyers, and that has increased their purchase from Mauritius. So knowing that Mauritius can manufacture in medium to small quantity, and laying emphasis more on the quality, design, okay, and adhering to the norm that the clients is looking for, and now can supply them rapidly in a short lead time, and having, of course, incentives to help them even export by air, okay? And all this made that Europe, Italy, new emerging countries are also important for us. But Europe remain our first partner. So Europe is an important partner for Mauritius. Don't forget that initially the first exports of Mauritius was going towards UK, towards France. Okay, this is what countries where we built our first trade and business relationship, and even investors was coming from these countries.
Wow. And are you allowed to mention some brands, some Italian brands with which you work?
Mauritius is, of course, we have been manufacturing for brands, be it Tommy Hilfiger, be it ASOS, be it ASOS already represents a number of brands, be it Woolworth, be it even, how you call it in France, Redoute, etc. But what's important is to be able to raise to the standards of what the brand is asking. That's what's important. Just recently I share you something that even, there are some brand companies are now putting the distribution center in Mauritius. Decathlon has been the last to put their distribution center for that particular region in Mauritius. So this does not happen like that. It's obviously well thought and discussed at their level. And when they come to Mauritius, it's on the basis of a number of advantages that Mauritius offer in comparison with other countries. Because from the Mauritian base, they are going not only to serve Africa, but serve the Middle East also. So there are a number of brands that now using this tactic, especially in this period where no one wants to have storage, and everyone wants to have their project to reach faster. So this is, if you want, the latest development happening from Mauritius region.
Okay, but I would like also to say that Mauritius is extremely interesting, extremely competitive for the small medium brands. They don't have this minimum of quantity required by other suppliers, and this allows Mauritius to satisfy the best medium companies as a quantity, and the up companies as a quality.
So do you have any specific policy or agreement that Mauritius has with Europe to promote exports?
Yes, we have the Mauritius is having what you call the EPA. We export duty-free to Europe. Okay, this has been a one key advantage. Mauritius, in fact, we used to say Mauritius, we're still saying more than duty-free because we have duty-free access to Europe, sure, but what this help in our competitive advantage. But what's more important is we understand the requirement of our customers, and we develop products on this basis, and we serve the customers with that spirit. So customers means buyers from big brands from Europe that have been doing business in Mauritius for the last decades. They have been doing business with Mauritius on the basis of what? We are reliable. We are equally passionate in adding in the development of the products. We are committed. We always deliver on time. We are responsible when it's come to the manufacturing that we do. In Mauritius, it's a country that's governed by the legislations as recommended by ILO and all. So this makes the difference about Mauritius. It's not about manufacturing for orders. We are not only order-oriented. We are making it a mission that we will be able, to dress people all around the world with the best quality products as they required, and that satisfied international norms. So this is the way we look at it. This is the spirit that the production is engaged, and this is the efforts being put every day to move to a higher level. Okay, because brands' exigencies change because they are a reflection of what their clients is looking for, and we are guided by the demand of the market, the exigencies of the market. So we adapt accordingly, and this is also very important for us because we know we are a small country with no natural resources. So we lay a lot of emphasis when it comes to the transformations that is under our control. I was just reading something which I believe is very important that came to me recently. The UNTAD Index on Productive Capabilities, where Mauritius has been in February 2020. I was just reading that, and Mauritius stands first again in that, in Africa. So this is all to explain you the spirit about how Mauritius, what is the mindset of our entrepreneur when we are engaged in the development of products.
Okay, thank you. Then another hot topic at the moment, which is the respect of environment and of course sustainability. So I would really love to know how is Mauritius reacting to this topic, and if you are ready to fit to the international requirements in terms of certifications.
Obviously, we are even more concerned. We should not forget that Mauritius is a small island development state. We are more vulnerable whatever happens with the climate change. We don't want our beautiful beaches to disappear. We don't want our smile of our people to disappear. We are known for our warmth, our spontaneous smile, our beautiful beaches, and which is reflected in the way we work our hands and mind to deliver the best product possible. So Mauritius, when it comes to sustainability, we have adhered to all the norms. We hold at heart the sustainable development goals that we engage, not only in terms of signature, but not only even in preaching, but trying to adhere to the norm, to practice what we are talking about. And this is not something that happens over days. You have to change the way you are doing things slowly but surely. Okay, let's give you an example. When I visited the last major denim factory of Mauritius, the number of effort they put in order to be to reduce, the carbon footprint, to adhere to a number of norms, to use less water, less chemicals, This is the spirit of the entrepreneur when they are engaging in it. At the time that I'm talking to you, an initiative of the Economic Development Board, of my directorates, we have been working with Carla International in France to develop collection from at least 10 major companies, some 100 collections, sustainable apparel collections that we hope to showcase in future shows that will participate. That I want to tell you, this is a shared concern of everybody, but we have to adapt. We are a country, we are developing slowly, and so that we can obviously attain our ultimate goals to be able to develop and sell sustainable products and to be a reference as far as Mauritius is concerned.
Yeah, okay.